Good evening, FFR fans. Welcome to Speed Gaming 2. I am Osloto, and here we are for what's going to be a very entertaining race tonight between LuffyDV and Pickles and Beer. Joining me in the booth tonight is Maddie, who's going to go over what we have in front of you.
Sorry, I got lost in transition. I'm taking it. I missed a little bit, and I gotta now tell about some blur scenes right now. That's what I have to get for my job.
You got it.
Alright, so we've got a locked-in party here of Fighter, Thief, and Double White Mage. I'm personally a fan of the White Mage, so I'm all for this party. That Fighter, though, is going to probably be our carry here with a plus 15 agility and the legendary Steel Lord ability, which lets you're auto-fasted if you wear steel armor? That was what I got of that?
Yep.
Is it just the one piece, or do you need the whole set like Wood Evade?
Nope, just the steel armor.
Well, dang, that is powerful. That Thief there, though, plus 10 strength, legendary swords, could end up being a bit of a carry there as well. We got, like, basically the two best things you could have for melee. And then those White Mages have some sweet elemental magic, which those sweepers are definitely going to help out, considering the amount of unrunnables we have here and the lack of other stuff available. Early Harm will also do well. And they both get plus 80 HP, which is just a flat plus 80, if I recall correctly, which means,
Yep.
You're not going to fall down immediately.
No, they are not. And we should let everyone know that they have decided on a couple of special flags. We have trapped shards, vanilla spike tiles,
And a gentleman's agreement.
They will fight both. That's right, not just one, but both war mechs. They have to find the Masa mech, and they have to find the roving sky mech. So strap in for tonight. You're going to get a double war mech fight guaranteed.
We pay good money for one war mech fight, and these mad lads give us two. I'm in.
I think we are totally on board with this. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting run, and this puts the Steel Lord to rest. It does exist in these flags; it's just very rare. So we finally get to see it.
I didn't even know what it was until today. So you know what? I'm new here. I haven't seen the unicorn, and now I did, and now I will never live the same.
Well, if I remember correctly, I believe one of the asyncs of the week over at the Discord server, I think our good friend Life Reboot had to roll the seed 15 times in order to get the Steel Lord. So, hey, you're in for a treat.
Well, 2, 1, and they're off.
We are on our way out the door. So let's take a peek at what we got. White magic is what you're looking for at this point.
You know what? I'll take your foreign wall.
Absolutely. Black. Okay, we're gonna take. Luffy's gonna stop and look at black. Oh, there's warp.
Well, I mean, if you promote that Thief, if they can find an early tail at any of these incentive locations, then that could still be good.
True,
but the Northern Docks, that's all you need.
But you gotta pump him to 15 before he gets his first charge.
I mean, they gotta fight 2 war mechs. You're gonna have to pump to 15 anyway.
True, but you ain't gonna go tackle. Ooh, that's Bracelet Central in Corneria.
Expensive gold.
Very much so. I
mean, that's just the price of gold right now. Actually, no, I think the price of gold is crashing. It's just the housing market that's going horribly. And at $35.97, it is still going horribly.
Yeah, that's expensive. You don't really want to see that. So let's take a little trip up to Temple of Fiends and see what we can pull out of some chests.
Yep, a little bit of a save. Always take advantage.
For those of you who are just joining us for the first game of the Winter Tournament, every incentivized item is loose, so they're all in random chests.
That early Pro Cape, not a terrible pickup.
Not at all. And as we have noted, this is a shard hunt. 28 shards to activate the time warp to go back to the Temple of Fiends 2,000 years in the past. So our runners will be looking for that.
Pickles with an early bridge. And Luffy with an early canal.
Wow. Okay, so
I don't know. It's a really tough call. I think Pickles got the better like coin flip on that one with doing that first, because that's going to completely change the routing. I mean, he doesn't have to backtrack this way to take that bridge.
He does not. So here we go, looking at our white mages having that elemental magic. Very helpful.
I love the HP disparity between the white mages and the rest of the party right now. It amuses me.
Let's see what the king has. Ooh, the king has the ship.
All right, yeah, maybe we didn't need that bridge.
And the slab. No, that bridge is kind of an expired at this point, it looks like.
Just a little bit.
Well, how things change on a dime. Luffy, meanwhile, going to go and take a look at the item shop and see the abysmal housing market. Cabins are not cheap either. That's not what you want to see this early in the game, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, peeking in, Pickles finally taking on that Garland as Luffy takes to the seas. Bridges are for suckers.
Yes, I believe he will head directly down to everyone's favorite place to find Bicky in the good old port town of Provoca.
Alright, what's this level 2 magic that they can't have? Oh, Ice 2 and Fire 2? Oh, jelly.
You'd like to see it, but you just
Ooh,
can't
Life
have it.
2. Considering how much HP those white mages have, I'm very for that Life 2.
I mean, now we should note, again, for first-time viewers, Life 2, we have Life in Battle on, just not Life 2. Only Life 1 works.
Yeah, only number 1.
So
Just say.
Here we go, we're gonna harm, and because we have the harm flag on, White Mage harm will harm everybody, not just undead. It will never crit, but it will harm everybody.
Yes, yes. And there's a crown. Interesting pickup.
Well, it's another incentive item you can turn in. Maybe looking for the tail. But remember, with that legendary sword, I mean, you find an X-Cal early, you're swinging it.
Very true. Pickles popping in here, checking out Matoya's stuff. Money, adamant. She's always loaded.
That's what I might do. And
bottle.
a bottle. Well, I mean, you still need to find a way to get there, but not bad to find.
I mean, once again, she just has multiple incentive items. She's always loaded.
She does tend to be that way. There's no question about that.
I got several questions to how, but I'm never going to find the answers.
Well, considering that she can't see without her crystal, it makes you wonder.
Yeah. I can't see without my crystal. Find my adamant in this pocket.
Well, I've had a number of seeds, and a number of runners think I've also seen her having the crystal in one of the chests. It's like, well, here it is. You just lost it. Ooh, and an unrunnable pack.
It's the brooms. They're hiding everything. They've swept it under the rug.
I definitely swept it into a chest, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, Pickles now finds himself grabbing Harm 2, Heal 2, probably Life 2.
As
He's got a lot of money, because that Matoya chest was loaded. Love to see those high-rolling chests when it comes to cash. Especially in the early game when you know spells are going to be very expensive.
Yeah, alright. There's Luffy getting Matoya's good stuff.
Bottle, admit, and I think it was 9... Yep, 9K.
9327. The first digits of my SIN number. I mean...
Now.
Yeah.
So, Pickles gonna take on our old Bicky buddy. Meanwhile, Luffy, at this point, he can do a couple of turn-ins. He has the canal, so it would... Depends
Because he is... I was say, is Bicky Buddy like some sort of Bonzi Buddy knockoff? A little pirate for your desktop that's stealing your information?
Well, I mean, Bicky's pirates, they're not that strong. But he had a crown, though. He actually had some good stuff. Like, that's...
Unrunnable ogres. Not terrible, but not great.
Just a time waster at this point, to be completely fair.
Considering how many early unrunnables there's been, there's a very good chance that in the late game, they're not going to have quite as many, which would be very nice for the later dungeons.
But they have mute touch.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, I like seeing that fighter swinging that iron staff. That's great.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine mute touch if they just go over and just put a single finger to your lips like, shh, it's okay.
They're ogres. They're pretty big. And they're beefy, and they just don't want to die. Go down.
The man needs a bridge.
Ooh.
Seen that fast. Oh.
Yep, that's that. I mean, the ninja will get it.
Eventually.
Rouge and Harm 3. Luffy, meanwhile, finds the Womp Womp Bridge. But he does also have the Adamant with him.
Yeah. Does make this trip a little bit nicer. Hooray, hooray.
Thank you, Luffy. We're not killing the waiter. Ooh! Plus
That's
6
a spicy ribbon.
Wow! That you do love to see early. That white mage is now protected.
Oh, yeah. That white mage already had health. Now it's got defense. We're in.
Mm-hmm. So, Pickles is gonna check the armor shop because he's still looking for that steel if he can find it. There it is, steel +5. Little expensive.
That's iron. Oh wait, steel. I'm just blind. Never mind. I
too
am apparently Matoya and did not bring my crystal.
Well, the good news he can't. Well, the bad news is he can't afford it. The good news is he knows where it is.
This is true.
Luffy, meanwhile, popping over.
Grab some refresh items.
Yeah, grab
Couple
some
of
houses
where you can. You really want those charges for dungeon dives.
Absolutely. And Pickles, meanwhile, is going to give us our first look in everyone's favorite dungeon from Vanilla, Marsh.
Because you know what we haven't seen in any yet? Shards, and I'm about to jinx it.
Well, we haven't. And the thing is, who knows what the trap chest is going to actually contain?
All right, so we're going to take bets here. It's a Danny seed. What do you think the odds of something in this marsh is horrible and Luffy having that ribbon makes the difference here?
I'm thinking it's more than likely that they will find a X box like that one there.
Uh-huh.
But Pickles taking the no.
Yeah,
remembering that all the shards are X.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's just like, is it a massa? No. 82%. It's a good number.
Ooh, they have Dark Touch. Oh dear.
What did I say? What did I say?
Yeah, that's not too bad. He has the harm, and he has does have both of his white mages with both elemental magic, so we're not doing
He
too
has the
bad.
harm for now. He did not pick up the houses like Luffy did.
Luffy, meanwhile, gonna go turn in the crown, probably out there looking for either the legendary sword.
Oh yeah, something that's going to make this trip a lot more palatable. Stone, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, shard.
Well, he's got the power bonk. That's not garbage.
That is indeed not garbage.
But it's not what he was looking for. He would have really preferred the tail, or the Vorpal, or the X-Cow. So Pickles gets our very first stone in this case. Oh, Unwinnable Gargoyles. Those are always fun to see.
Actually, I think that power bonk would pretty much solidify that you're going to use the fighter here, because that means you don't need access to Saber, which was a black spell anyway, and might roll low enough on that thief. But then you also get the access to the free fast, is basically just an auto setup knight. So that's not a terrible pickup. It's more necessary for later, but for the early, it's not bad. Knowing where it is, having it in pocket.
Absolutely, it's good to know everything. So Luffy, meanwhile, is going to now make his dive into Marsh Cave, probably check the attic first, and make his way downstairs. So Pickles, meanwhile, seeing 2 chests with no X's.
Falchion, not terrible.
No, it's not. That's not what you really were looking for, though. You really were hoping to find... Oh, we're going to high five?
Yep. High five! Get your claps in chat.
Got a high... Yep, there they go. There's the high five. We're passing each other.
Yep.
So, we're gonna head to the top, into the attic. Luffy's gonna see the box, go right for it, no hesitation. Sees the wizards. Says no thank you. Forgot to use he didn't have his charges, so he's gonna put the house down and come right back in.
Checks out. I don't think he stopped by Elfland before coming here too, which was... Actually, no, did he? I don't even remember. I was busy paying attention to Marsh stuff.
I believe he swung through. I do not believe that he picked up anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he spent all his money on those houses. Probably wiser just to hope you get some money in Marsh, right?
What, pray tell, happened on Pickles and Beer side as he's down a white mage and down a thief?
I'm guessing something terrible.
That sounds about right.
And no life 2 charges.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Well, time to do the dive. You're already here.
Yep. All right. Whole day and pray.
That might be what did it. Bones with lightning and gaze, and with the increased level 1 damage turned on, so level 1 elemental spells hit like level 3s. Yep, that's going to be bad.
That's one of those I don't like you in particular.
Luffy, however, does have his charges.
Yep, that's what that house is doing.
So he is going to pop that box.
And slightly less wizards this time.
We love to see it. Swing. Meanwhile on the Pickle side, doing some quick healing.
Taking a couple of drinks. Everyone hydrate.
Oh, he's found his house. It's good to have.
Not a terrible pickup.
Let's see how many wizards he pulls. Ooh, he's got the full pack.
Oh, and they're unrunnable.
They are they are unrunnable.
Oh dear.
And they have dark touch, remember, so this is going to be a bit more ugly.
Oh dear.
Because that fighter is now just swinging at air.
Yeah. I think this is the last cast that white mage has too, other than harms. So yeah.
Yep, that puts Pickles in a good spot. He's got harm casts.
It's a better spot than it was.
Interesting.
Ooh, that was a big punch.
It was. Oh dear.
Yeah, we got those drink strats for a single wizard.
There we
it's
go.
a good time.
There we go. He's got the harm coming out. That'll finish. That should finish it. Yep, there we go. And his reward for that, other than level 6, is 8k.
That's enough for 2 houses.
It's that kind of year in the FFR world.
It do be.
So, we're just about finished clearing out Marsh, and I haven't really seen anything amazing.
I saw 1 shard.
Yeah, 1 shard and nothing else so far.
With the canal, the game's pushing them to go in basically every other direction. You're probably seeing an early earth dive. Ooh, hold on. That is a loot.
That is the loot, so that it's not a total loss. You gotta get that.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than scattering around your seed looking for a missing loot or key.
Yep. Doot.
So meanwhile, Luffy just comes on in, sees the wizards, beats the wizards.
The ribbon.
Beats the wizards to a pulp.
Yep.
Grabs his
allowance.
Well, chat pointing out they are probably getting close to affording that steel armor.
It's true.
And you definitely want to get that.
Mm-hmm.
It will preclude you from using the dragon armor, but a free fast cast on a fighter that has the extra oomph, like you're not going to say no to that. You're just not.
He's got that quick spot.
Well, he's got the 15 agility allows him to dodge pretty well. Okay, Pickles meanwhile,
ready to pick up that power bonk.
Yep. Luffy meanwhile will just kind of make his way out. Times like this, I'm sure our runners are really wondering, where's exit? Saracen in chat, yes, it does exist. We were discussing this. It's the first time, at least that I have seen in this tournament, that we have seen the mythical Steel Lord.
It's the first time I've seen it ever. I had to learn what it was.
So I'm saying that this is a combination of the fact that Danny rolled it, and this is a Pickles versus Luffy seed, so the seed really wants some entertainment value.
Yep, I mean, it's a double Warmech seed, too. Like, we gotta see 2 Warmechs twice. That's so many Warmechs.
That is a lot of Warmechs and a lot of levels, and it guarantees us at least a Masa, and they will need to get Sky Access no matter what.
Because the only way we could make it better would have been if they had been allowed to take alternate fiends and it had been Warmech and friends, because then we would have so many Warmechs.
Well, the issue that I think that we're going to run into, and this is the one that I think our runners are going to have, is that with all the shards being marked as Xboxes, you don't necessarily know if you're pulling a shard or pulling Warmech. So when you finally are full shard count, if you still haven't found them, you still got to go popping boxes.
It's true, but hey, at least those shards are experience, and that Warmech experience is going to basically take you to ready to go.
Luffy sees the steel armor, does not have the funds.
Yep. And there are running. Luffy headed out to that open sea. My guess would be Earth here. I don't think there's much... Well, I don't think there's any other play. I think they have to do early Earth. The
only other thing they could do is go see the Circle of Sages, that's a high risk play, because you're not... The odds that they have something that's going to open progression, while not horrible...
Yeah,
you can't get any further. Like unless they have the canoe, you're not going anywhere.
Very true. And it's a very long walk around Crescent Lake without a canoe.
Sure is. Thank you, Pickles, for once again saying hello to the Hooray Dwarf and leaving him to enjoy his happiness.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going to check out level 5 White Magic. There's your Invis 2, there's your Heal 3.
That's good stuff.
But that Invis 2 is expensive.
Mm-hmm. But hey, what's it going to be? 2 casters? Because I don't think they go to level 5 magic with the knight.
Nope. Knight gets level 4 charges, but can't learn level 4 magic.
What?
Yep. The Knight gets charges, but doesn't have access to anything at level 4.
That makes no sense to me.
Welcome to the programming that was Final Fantasy back in the 80s.
I mean...
Where?
Sure.
Question in chat. Does Harm 1 have the same bonus as the Fire-Lit Ice ones? No, it doesn't, but it does hurt everybody. It can't crit, but it does do damage. Ooh, Pickles, meanwhile, is taking the play to go to Crescent.
Disappointment of no confused old men. Everyone riot.
Well, I really would prefer that. It's a favorite flag of mine, because it is fun to just wander about.
I put it in my AP settings for the big async this month. Because I want to try it.
So we're going to check the item shop. Nothing there.
Houses still terrible.
They ain't going to get cheaper. White magic. There's your fade and there's your life. Pickles is like, wait a minute, I saw that. No, I can't learn it right now. I'll be back.
I was gonna say, they can't learn level 6?
Like, they can, but it's promo locked. Ooh, and Luffy finds the rod under the mat.
And there is a single shard.
But Pickles did the smart thing. He saved outside of Melmond. So he can go there, check it, reset out, and come right back.
Can't fault a good plan. That said, I'm gonna say Luffy wins this one in terms of, like, the better play going to Earth, because A, it turned out the rod was there, but also B, it means if he does eventually go to Crescent, he just gets to keep that shard, which is a little bit of extra oomph in terms of, just your momentum.
This is true. Meanwhile, I see that there's a lot of unrunnables so far.
I mean, what is life without a couple of unrunnables, right?
16% is higher than the base seed. I believe the base game had 12% unrunnable. So we've actually made this a little bit harder.
Yay! Only slightly harder.
Just a bit. We don't want to go nuts. So that's Luffy's last house, but he is going for the full dive, I would assume.
Yeah.
Exit that encounter.
I can't see him not doing it. I mean, what does Lich do to, like, multiple Harm 3 casts on top of, like, you actually... I'm gonna guess they find at least some decent equipment in here.
Well, Lich's bedroom and Lich's closet do tend to be a very good place to look for some good stuff.
They're loaded.
It can be. But that does mean that they're going to have to hit this trap tile, which can be a bit of a nightmare if that Earth gets first go. He does not. Granola! Ooh. That would be our Ruby.
Take it now, I want Granola.
Ooh, and a nice sword. That's good. That's a good weapon to get that fighter up and working.
And a rune, too. Ooh, a good combo.
It's a rune -1. I would definitely...
+1. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I really need that crystal.
We'll get you one. We'll get you one after the broadcast. I promise.
Matt Toya needs a crystal.
Well, the thing is, he's not equipping it, so he's gonna go with ooh. My. That you like to see. That's a Thor hammer. So that's cast ability. That's flame +6. That's fantastic.
Got me a case of the vapors. Ooh.
Earth provides, apparently. The bat is getting in Luffy's way. Doesn't guillotine it. It's being nice to the bats.
I mean, bats are adorable.
Not in this case, not.
Oh, come on. Have you never, like... Okay, so, like, I gotta go off on a mild story tangent as we pick up some silver helms here. There was a bat that got into my aunt's place, and they are just so adorable. Like, they're so fluffy. Like, just little brown bats. Give them a little pet. It's great.
I suppose, but in this game, they're jerks. Like, he's blocking the door. That's a good amount of money.
They just want pets and attention.
Well, we have a difference. Pickles and Beer has cola. Oh, dear.
Granola cola?
No, but the guys have damage poison. That ribbon is going to be doing all the work at this point.
Yep. Please let us run. Nope. There it goes.
Is booted out.
Should we send Danny a complaint letter?
No. I mean, that's just the reality of an early Earth dive. You're going to find something that's going to make your life miserable. And that means Pickles is probably going to run into this as well.
Probably. Or he'll get incredibly lucky like every one of my opponents and never see the bad thing.
But this is Earth, and that is the undead pack. That tends to appear on all floors.
Oh my.
So this will be good. He's getting the ice sword again. He's going to re-pick up his granola bars.
Yeah.
Grab his rune sword.
I mean,
Doesn't
you
care
never
about...
know when the extra weakness damage could still come in handy even on a -1.
True. That's very true.
More
Ooh.
dark touching.
Yeah, that's a dead white. That is a dead white mage right there. That is
He's
taking a
not
nap.
dead. He's just sleeping.
I hope he wakes up soon. Oof, that's a big pack of gargoyles. You don't want to see that.
They're so fast.
They tend to have multiple hits. They're quick. There we go. We're going. Then gets his flame armor again. Gets his Thor hammer. All right, so we're gonna re-equip the flame armor.
Yeah.
Move the Thor hammer.
Because Luffy also has the information on that undead pack, so that's the point where if he runs into them again, I don't think he tries to run. I think he just casts Harm 3 at them and hopes for the best.
Harm 3 or Fire 2, I would, depending on how he wants to do it. Fire 2 should get rid of them, and you might want to save the Harm 3 for the Liches.
True.
But anyway, we're back on the floor. Luffy knows those boxes are not worth his time, so he's not going to bother with them.
The ones he remembered.
Yep. I'm going to avoid the mummies.
All the heal up.
Jerkbirds. Jerkbird. Goodbye, Jerkbird. Thank you. Ooh, pro ring.
Useful. If only poison was a death spell.
Nope. Poison is poison.
Yeah. I'm still mad that some of the instant death spells are not actually death spells.
Nope. Quadex is time.
Yeah, I know. And
Bane is
poison, and it's all terrible.
No, sorry. Quadex is death. Zap is time.
Okay. I will learn someday what Pro Ring actually protects me from, and I will still get the 3 and 265.
That is the risk we all take. So, Pickles is past Mr. Vampire, and Luffy is...
Now, Pickles hasn't seen that undead pack. Like I said, it's one of those luck bits.
He hasn't. TNT and crystal.
Hooray, I can finally read.
There we go. Kill the bat, grab some cash, Dark Burbs, and the unrunnable wizards. Great. With Dark Touch still.
Grabbing up that cash. And another Pro Ring. Ooh.
Well, both of your... Oh no, he's... So... Pickles is not doing a lot with that bottom white mage. It makes you think that maybe he might Dan it at some point and be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of redundancy in terms of just the ability to cast. The extra slots are nice, but realistically, if one of them is protected, it can life 2 the other one, and they're both fine.
Yep, and as of right now, he hasn't found anything other than the harm spells. He doesn't have harm 4. No one's seen Fade yet. So.
Ooh, Troll's hitting like a truck.
And they're unrunnable. To make it all the more entertaining. So level 8 for Luffy on his party. Level 8 for one character on Pickles' party.
Oh, and the unrunnable Dark Wizards, everyone's favorite.
They seem to be in everyone's face. Luffy, meanwhile, has got his crystal, has got his TNT.
They're just the Squid Gang asking if you played Baldur's Gate 3 yet.
Well, there you go. And gets his pro ring and some extra cash. He does have enough now to afford that steal if he goes back for it.
I mean, I don't think you care about it until you've got a decent weapon or you're in the endgame.
There's an Xbox.
But which Xbox will it be? Ooh,
no.
that's a spicy Xbox.
That's not a fun one, that's for sure. That's definitely not what you would want to see. Oh, there's the trolls that Luffy only ran into one, though, while Pickles had 2.
Yeah. And one is enough, you can just smack him in the face.
Fight, harm. Goodbye, troll. Meanwhile, Pickles getting through this fight pretty fast. Giants are not... They didn't seem to... Oh, boy.
The Chonka boys. Uh-oh. No, they're back.
Oh, he got the run. He got the turn order. Okay.
Right, we take those.
You do know... Yeah, we had Fire 2 queued up on both the white mages, but man, that's one of those moments where you just hold your breath and hope. And you really hope that the Xbox doesn't contain anything like that.
Yeah, as I said, which is worse, the Giants or the Iguanas?
The Giants. They have a ton of health. They take a while. They have no real elemental weakness. And the Iguanas have Flash, so no, they're more annoying all of a sudden.
Because what does Flash do as a spell?
Dark.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that checks out.
Yep, so dark on everybody, so that's great. Now no one can hit worth beans.
I mean, Becca can still hit.
Well, he's using the Cure 4, because Cure 4 will remove all status ailments, including... Oh, they have...
Oh, dear.
Yep. Okay, so I revised my previous statement. Yeah, iguanas are worse. And once again, Pickles made it through there without seeing any of that.
Yeah.
Oh, he is just...
I say, watch him get the off tile encounter with it between here and the orb.
Here's the speed bump. Gonna harm 3, little under 200. Harm 3, 114. We're gonna Thor Hammer at 80. Oh, he's got ink too. How cute.
Man, how much dark is that in here now? That's like 3 different enemy packs.
Yep. So Thor Hammer comes out, swing, 3 hits for 200. Goodbye, speed bump. If you blink, you may have missed it.
Wait, there was an enemy?
Wasn't worth your time, don't worry.
Alright.
On Luffy's side, Power Bonk, harm 2, rolls for 139, I believe. Swing from Lich, 2 hits from the thief. That's cute.
A little bit of toasty fire.
Yeah, these other fire. Going with the harm 2 charges. Swing, 2 hits, 8 damage. Harm 2 comes out. 41. Ooh, that's a low roll. And there's the dark. Wait before the fighter has to swing. Oh, you hate to see it.
Hola.
And he's out of all of his charges for cures, except... Oh, no. One mage still has a full set.
Oh my!
Well, and Lich decides, I'm done. Oh, and he's out of... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh! Lich, you've changed. What happened?
Be it Sarda? Oh no!
Oh no! This is Luffy.
I don't even know how you. I think this might be just reset and hope for the best moment. Like, I don't think you get out of this.
I don't see a way. He's got no caster items.
He's got no casts left. He's got nothing. He's got drinking and poking him with a fist.
Yeah, at this point, it's just kind of pump up the heals until you're in a safe zone. But he's got... Oh,
he's gonna do like 1 damage.
If he hits. Yeah, 1
damage. There was 1 whole damage. And there's Blaze too. Oh my god.
Oh dear. He's hoping that Lich is on single digits and he makes it before. No, he's just...
There he goes.
Oh,
to defend an herb. Oh my. Oh. And
wow.
Flutter. I mean, Flutter doesn't help as much right now. That is a very loaded Titan Trove.
And you gotta feel for Luffy at this one. And you gotta give, like, the pure RNG to Pickles, who just manages to walk out with Lich. No big deal. Doesn't see anything.
This was literally every one of my qualifier races. Was me like, wow, how did you get past those Dazzle Spiders? And we were like, there were Dazzle Spiders? And I'm like, you.
Sometimes... You know, you just... It's not with you some races. It's just not.
Yep.
Oh dear. So, Luffy gonna have to redive, grab what he needs, but he knows where everything is, so he can avoid the stuff he doesn't care about.
Yeah, I think this is also a... would you walk out with... I don't even know if that's the best idea. Like, a lot of this is just bad. If you walk out, then you're stuck with, you know, potentially running into more undead. Or you fight Lich with all of that nonsense.
Well, the thing he may consider doing is moving his ribbon to his fighter.
Yeah,
and putting
so you
the
don't
Thor.
get darked.
Yeah, I'm putting the Thor hammer on maybe one of the mages in case they run out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, yeah, he's putting that on the mage. He's moving the saber. He's putting the ice on, and he might consider putting the rune -1 on the thief because Lich is considered undead and a spellcaster.
Yep.
So he has options. He's not down and out by any stretch of the imagination. Meanwhile, Pickles, remembering that steel is there, and he's gonna go take it.
Hoping to steal this seed, but all right, I'll be in my trailer.
We'll remember that. So, bye. Oh no, he forgot. It's not here.
It was Elfland.
So he's gonna have to make a little bit of a trip. Yes, chat pointing out, Pickles completely unaware of all the mess he just dodged.
Yep.
I'm sure when we have the interview with him after the race, he will be most assuredly happy that you did not see any of that garbage.
Yeah.
But remember, we still have a double war mech to fight. So, oh dear, and Luffy finds it again. And there it goes! Oh no!
Jesus.
But the good news is he does have the ribbon, and that white mage will have charges of life too.
Mm-hmm.
So he can come back from this. Another Xbox. What is it? It's not
All
one.
right. It's not the fun Xbox.
No, it's the Xbox 360 with the red ring on it. It's not fun. It's just annoying.
Oh,
It's not a threat to you. It just exists.
it's a paperweight.
Well, it has a stone in it. Stone's a good paperweight. So
Truth
we have
facts.
managed to make it past the vampire again. Luffy gonna pop the locks,
Mm-hmm.
and we're back down. So he knows where all the items are that he needs to find. So he's just gonna quickly grab them and be on his way.
I don't think there was anything else super important
No.
down here.
No, there really wasn't. I don't know. He needs the money though, because he remembers the pro-ring. He wants that, and he wants the money for the steel armor.
Very true.
Pickles, meanwhile, has stopped into Quinaria, picked up some silver bracelets for his party. Very,
Mhm.
very, very good armor at this point. Picking up some cabins, keeping an eye on his money so he knows he has enough left to buy that steel.
I mean, here's hoping he's paying attention. It would be really funny if he didn't.
We also got Key, so he's probably going to do some pop locks.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to head to Topher, because Bear Trap Treasure is on, so that top chest in Topher could roll something very good.
Bear trap treasure?
Question in chat. The steel actually will give an automatic fast to the fighter when he's wearing it.
He has a legendary ability that we thought was only true in fairy tales.
And chat, and Odoran chat, our tracker also pointing out it did roll up too. I believe, +5, yes.
It is decent armor, TM.
It is very good armor. It's not dragon armor, but with a ribbon, it becomes better than dragon armor.
We have an even more legendary setting called Dragon Lord. That's the same deal, but with the dragon armor.
No. We have Hurt Dragon. That's a different thing altogether.
I don't know. I like my idea better. Just all armors give you fast.
Oof. Oh well, we did have the wood. The wood thing can also be interesting if you get the whole wood set, getting the evade bonus. But
Oh yeah, that one's spicy. I really like that one.
that presents problems of its own because you can dodge, sure, but you can't wear a ribbon. So magic will just wipe you. And you may want to upgrade your armor for the last little bit. And Odoran pointing out, and we can confirm there is nothing in Topher worth keeping.
Yeah, see, you don't need a...
Ooh!
Ooh, hello.
That, however, is worth keeping.
Tent
That's
pure.
sure.
And... Oh, it's not the
Six.
fun box.
It's next.
Someday
Okay,
we'll
Luffy.
have the fun box.
Someday. Okay, Luffy, you got yourself rehealed.
We believe in you, Luffy.
Are you
As a
gonna
fellow member of leadership, you can do it.
please transfer your ribbon over? Oh,
Oh,
run
good
from
God,
Nope,
run!
nope. He got the preemptive. He's okay. He doesn't have to worry about that. And meanwhile, we'll see what the herb turns into. And the herb is, survey says, Opal +2.
Ooh,
That's
spicy.
good. That's good.
None
So
of those fun swords, though.
or the
Actually,
tail.
I don't think we saw Dwarf Locked, though. So that's still on the table.
I don't believe we've seen TNT yet either.
Alright, grabbing that steel armor.
Absolutely. Steel +5 and his... So that fighter is now just a swing machine.
What are you doing? He's so fast!
He's instant. And that means you don't have to worry about fast casts on him.
Now, is he still susceptible to slow casts?
Yes, he is. The fast is automatically cast on him to start the fight, but it can be removed by a slow cast.
Rude.
It's not a guarantee. It's just something to give you that little extra kick.
Alright,
Luffy,
we're getting
meanwhile,
getting that ribbon swap over. This
Yep.
Lich won't stand a chance. We know what's coming.
yep, he's got the swap. He got the swap in place. Now he's protected from the dark. He's protected from the poison and all the other garbage that Lich is gonna throw because we know he has it.
He's got it in his pocket. He's waiting.
We're gonna power up. We're gonna harm. There's the ink. Don't care.
I was gonna say, I probably would have only power bonked once. That's just me.
He will. I think he wants revenge at this point. He wants to beat this Lich down with just all the rage.
It's like I bounced off you 3 times. I've lost this race. I'm at least getting a little bit of vengeance.
Pretty much. So we have another Xbox in Northwest Castle. It's just images and goodbye, Lich. So Luffy,
All right, Luffy's able to participate again.
He's back in it. So he's gonna heal up. He's gonna go
Gotta take those
find.
casts off his legs. He'll be fine.
It's still very, very early, and again, there's still
Yep.
a lot of routing divergence that could happen. Luffy, meanwhile, not bothering to go through Titans right yet.
No, I think he's gonna get that save first.
Yep, I don't blame him. He knows that that undead packs also live in this area too.
Mm-hmm.
So Pickle's saving up, and he's gonna get in his ship, and well, probably gonna go to. He's gotta go to Dwarf Locked because he still doesn't. At this point, Dwarf Locked or Mirage Access would be the two spots he can hit up.
Yeah, there's that floater for Luffy.
I'm sure he's happy to see it, but in the back of his mind, he's thinking that Lich Wipe is a problem.
Wiped his dreams away.
It hurt. It definitely
Yeah.
hurt. There's their tail.
Tail at
Pickles.
Matoya. All right.
That is definitely something that Pickles wanted to see. He's got it now.
Oh yeah.
Time. I mean, it means that the Legendary Swords is kind of moot.
I mean, it still means you can throw something like an Excal on that thief, or one of the swords that he normally would be able to equip instead of being stuck into, say, the katana.
Well, the X-Cow would be the only thing he couldn't equip. Ninja has access to everything except the X-Cow. It's the only thing they don't get.
Wait, really?
So-
Since when? Huh.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, now
you,
I
Pickles.
know, and knowing is half of the battle.
Yep.
Because
the
I know knights
X-Cow-
can't have the katana for some reason.
No, knights are locked to knight swords, but the ninja can just about take everything. And there's the X-Cow.
Yeah, speaking of,
That's good to find.
and then there's the katana.
And there's the Oxyale.
We're just speaking everything into existence, it's fine.
Yeah, Commentator Curse is real, so we better be careful. Core Sword +4. I mean, it'd be great if you didn't have the katana and the X-Cow.
Yeah. I was gonna say, notably though, despite all of this stuff and basically having access to all the shards he's going to need, he still needs that cube because they promised us 2 Warmech fights.
That is true. He has to find the other Warmech too.
Yep.
So, with that, Luffy will be making his way to check some locks.
Yep.
Now,
As you do.
here's the question, though. If you're Pickles and Beer, do you dive Marsh Locked?
I don't think so. Marshlocked tends to not be worthwhile. At best, it's got a couple of shards right now. Like, what could it contain? Cube? Like, realistically, there's nothing in there. There's way too many sharks in. Even if he were to choose to do Sky early, it's more there than there will ever be in Marsh. And you really want that canoe, which it could be there, but you've got way too many other options.
Well, there are. That's the other thing. If the Masa is down there,
Yeah, he doesn't have the levels to fight it yet, at which point then it's just better to take later anyway.
absolutely not. But he'll have the knowledge of where it is. While Pickles might not. Well, Pickles could have that, while Luffy might not.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, right now, it's time for. I'd say it's time for promotion.
Yes.
Because you want to get that thief promoted before level 15, so you can start earning spell charges right away.
Yeah, you want those tempers. We don't need fast for much, but temper, we want it.
No, and you also get access to Fire 3, Lit 3, Warp, Bane, Stop, Walk.
Warp.
Great, we had some good spells in those first 4 levels. Notably absent from that list, though, Fast, Nuke, Ice 3, which is your best elemental spell. No Saber, no Lock 2, Quake, no Quad X. Yes, Fast is the same level as Temper. You are correct. I missed that.
I knew that.
But there's no Quad X, no Nuke, no Quake, no Zap. Although Zap does tend to be good early game and kind of fade off towards mid game. So, Pickles, is he gonna go C? It appears maybe. Luffy taking a run to Toph, gonna find that there's nothing great there. A tracker pointing out you could Zap Lich too for the memes. Yes, you can. It is fun to do.
As you do. Come on, you always gotta do it for the memes. Don't let your memes be dreams.
I see a double cabin. That means no shop item today.
Hey.
So, no need to keep checking. Meanwhile, White Magic. Oh, goody. A Mute Nail It.
I mean, considering the amount of mute touch so far, I think that's fair.
True. True. It can be somewhat useful, but not great. Are we going mermaids? We're going mermaids.
I mean, you always go mermaids.
Actually, I've seen a lot of run go Kraken side first.
I've only ever seen it if they're like in Shard Go mode and Kraken is just like, yep, we'll get them. But especially just considering the amount of stuff they have to find, they don't have a lot of shards. You got to go mermaids first. There's more checks on that side, and well, there's more
Absolutely.
checks on that side.
And the other thing is they don't have the levels for Kraken at this point. They just even with a katana and an X-Cal, you don't have the necessary like. Kraken's gonna see 2 white mages and think this is the greatest day of my life.
That sounds like quitter talk.
Well, no, that's just Kraken liking white mages.
Yeah, come on. He's a free fasted knight. You can give him the X-Cal, one power bonk as Kraken is distracted by the white mages. You just throw them out first, and then just hit him in the face. It'll be fine.
You could do that. I mean, yes, having that fasted caster is great. Okay, waters. I hate waters. I'm just gonna put that on record, especially because they always appear in Topher.
Hydrate everyone.
They always appear in Topher in large packs, and they hit like trucks.
I mean, you'd think they'd hit like tsunamis.
I wish I had thought of that. Oh well.
Hey.
So we got.
I'm here for a reason.
This is true. So we pop in another Xbox. Jerk birds and mummies.
I mean, you know what? We take it.
Absolutely. Question chat, why is Kraken like white mages? It's an ongoing, I guess, kind of joke in the community that whenever you go into a Kraken 2 battle, it will always target your back road white mage. It always goes after the life caster.
I've got a slightly crude joke that I probably can't say on speed gaming about why he goes after the white mages.
I can tell you, I can tell you this. It's supposed to be about a 12% chance that they're going to hit the last, the middle rows. Or sorry, the back rows, which would be slots 3 and 4. I don't think Kraken understands how math works, because I personally have had Kraken to beat my white mages down all the time. Ooh, a healer? Smash.
So maybe he's like Flare Dancer from Ocarina of Time, where for some reason his damage table is inverted, so he targets the 4th slot most likely, and the 1st slot is only the 12% chance.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Thavian in chat is right. There's something in the code that dictates that Kraken targets white mages. It seems to happen. It's like the RNG loop being in the 3rd slot. You can get an RNG loop in any slot, but the 3rd slot seems to be the one where it appears the most.
As you do.
As we can. There's our katana. There's the Oxy Ale. We got another Gershark. So far, we're not seeing any Warmech just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Fist 6, Silver Hammer. Again, our runners are probably just begging for wherever exit may have rolled to.
Oh, yes. Considering the amount of deep stuff they've got to do, considering the fact that they got to find 2 massive, or not 2 massives, 2 Warmechs.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna another Xbox. What is it? Yeah, it's just a single water.
Stupid watery boxes.
Just a cup of water in a box. Underwater.
Yeah. It's like the beaches in SpongeBob. You just don't question that they somehow have beaches with sand and water underwater.
True. There's the second katana. And the Bane sword. Which, to be fair, you can Bane Tia 1, Tia 2, and Kraken 1, Kraken 2.
Now, I'm just catching that Sahags in the sea are unrunnable. Does that translate to Sahags in sea being unrunnable?
No, because the Sahags in sea you only see are wizards and red.
No carbonation of bubbles. Get out of here, Pickles. Instantly disqualified. Alright, we're done. Luffy wins. Time of whenever he carbonates bubbles.
Oh dear. The Bubbles Soda Company, while disappointed in Pickles' reluctance to help keep the world refreshed, understands that not all of our runners can spare the time to help us. So, we're okay with that. But we will remind everyone, we do use every part of the mermaid. It's a fully environmental process.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm gonna have to learn all of these chants eventually. Just in terms of teams that I might end up joining.
I was given very simple instructions by the one of the team members. You can do it all the time, just come up with something clever.
Alright.
I don't know if I've actually come up with anything clever. But anyways, so Luffy is now done looking through the armory, and he's going to go turn in his herb to get his opal.
As is good.
And Pickles is walking out, probably going to get a safety save, because that tells me he's probably headed for Kraken.
Yep. Or at least just saving in general.
That's a cheap in for on-rack, 85 gold? Wow.
The inns have scaling costs? I always just assumed that it was based on my level.
Oh, no. It's randomized, like most things in the randomizer.
Huh. Neat.
Now, let's see what we have up here. If this is the canoe, this would be the second time I've seen it in this exact chest in this exact area.
I mean, yeah, no, that checks out. I've seen it down here quite a bit.
Oh my God. Yep, there it is, in the same chest that it was in very few seeds ago. So,
alright, hear me out. I probably would have left with that, just considering I'd go get the floater and then come back here. Because he wasn't deep enough in C for it to matter.
At the same time, if you get rid of Kraken now, and again, you're still looking.
Yeah. I don't know, I think that's just a me thing.
Saris and I agree. The kazoos are the real bonus merch from the Bubble Soda Company. They're included in every 6-pack.
Wait, I could get a kazoo?
Absolutely. So, now with that in mind, Pickles will have full access to everything he needs. So, checking the Cardia, which is going to be a good spot to go. Because right now, we are still cubeless.
We are still cubeless.
And we will need that to get in and see our friend, the Wandering Warmech.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna justify the leave C plan a little bit more here, because you've got Canoe, you go get Floater, you do Volcano, that gives you the extra levels you need to come back here and not have to worry about potentially bouncing off of Kraken.
That is true. Meanwhile, Luffy is going to dive Marsh. Take a look. Now, he's saved outside, so if he finds nothing, he's booting it out of there.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's at this point, what do you find? If it's Cube, then maybe he's still in this race.
If it's Cube, that doesn't... If it's Cube, he's going to go to Sky first. I would imagine he'll go Sky first, which means he won't get the Canoe, which means he's going to be floaterless, which will give Pickles a little bit of a speed advantage, and the shard count right now does favor Pickles. But, as Caleb and chat points out, Topher is always the great equalizer.
It is. Trust me, I've been in there enough.
That is a ribbon. Another ribbon for Pickles. So he's probably
Loose ribbon's everyone's favorite.
Stick that right on that fighter. And that fighter is now extraordinarily dangerous.
I was gonna say, I noticed him not equipping that power bomb to the fighter, just holding it, and I'm like, wait a minute, is there something I don't know? Does he have a second gauntlet on that I don't see?
He had the pro ring on the fighter, and you can't have both.
I don't know, I feel... See, I have 2 hands.
You do, but Final Fantasy was not programmed with 2 hands in mind. Once again, 1980s programming, not the greatest. Let's see, there's the old +5, but he's leaving that behind. Meanwhile, Luffy, but check the last chest.
Yeah.
This could be a Marsh bust, unless this is something, unless this is a cube.
Yeah, I think cube is like the only thing it can be. We don't see the expert to be the Masa chest. We don't see anything else.
No,
So he's hoping that it's Canoe, but we know that can't be the case. Yeah, so there he goes.
He's gone. He's booted. So Pickles fading the Marsh locked was a good call. That's why he's still in the tournament and I am not.
Truth facts.
That does feel, and yes, I do. The Luffy gonna womp on that. So, meanwhile, we're pulling up to our old friend the Kraken.
All right, hear me out. Double nuclear.
Not this one. You hope not this one. Probably ink. A lot of ink. Kraken likes ink.
Oh, slow.
No, not gonna. That ribbon will protect. Ooh, 2 hits for 14. There you go. 5 hits for 511. That's what you want to see. That's much better. So we're swinging again. 6 hits for 277. Harm 3 comes out for 66. There's Dark. They told you that Kraken's gonna have something like that. Bane. Oh, we're trying the cheeky Bane strats. I like it. That poor ninja's not gonna be able to do much of anything.
Doesn't even take the swing. Just puts him to wait.
He's not gonna hit. That's
just sit in the corner. It's fine.
Well, he's asleep now, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Wait, how can he be asleep and dark? I thought you could only have one status condition.
Nope. You can have some. This is a Steel Lord seed, Caleb. This is a Steel Lord seed.
Yeah.
The legendary seed does exist. Fighter also came up with 15 agility. The thief has plus 10 strength and legendary sword, and the white mage had plus 80 HP to start and elemental magic.
Is a Pickles grabbing the waterfall on the way out. I don't blame him considering the amount of stuff they have to find and the lack of shards that have been in the seed so far.
And Luffy is going right for Sky, so
Not a terrible thing.
No, I had question chat. What is Steel Lord? Steel Lord grants automatic fast on the fighter when he's equipped with steel armor.
Ooh, I'm noticing a distinct lack of X chests in here so far.
My,
there it is!
But he has the cube.
Oh, that's big. He could take his first War Mech in here if he thinks he can take it. As well as grabbing Tia. That's going to be huge shards, huge experience. That could be a decent carry through if he can get fast enough.
Yep, that is big. Now there I see an X chest in Waterfall with Pickles. If that is the other War Mech, then this gets very interesting because that means that Canoe is required.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Caleb, there is a gentleman's agreement. Both War Mechs must be fought, and both War Mechs must go down.
Yep. They gotta hit the roaming boy and the one that's in a box waiting for them with this glorious massa that I can't see them using at this point. They have enough other good stuff.
No, White Samurai.
Truth facts.
Gotta love the White Samurai. Especially if it has ruse. Ooh, an iron +6. Thanks, robot. You've been very helpful. Nope, so that's... Waterfall's a write-off.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you get out faster. I don't know, I probably would have taken that for the shard. They're still so low on shards. Now, again, I guess they're going to have to fight all 4 fiends pretty much anyway, so...
Not necessarily, Right
well, I mean,
now...
just get their shard numbers at this point.
That's true. Volcano will probably be one of the great spots to go for shards. Pickles can get there, Luffy cannot yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop up another Xbox. What do we have? Blue D, you'd like to see that.
Yeah, it's good experience, especially with that X-Cal in hand.
Very, very much so.
Harm him.
Odoran pointing out that, yep, that locked chest, that Xbox that has War Mech could be in Topher.
It could.
Which means our runners...
be here.
Which means our runners... And Pickles and Beer at 5410 is in the air. I know, that Dragon Armor's nice, Luffy. You want to use it today.
I love how he opened the inventory for it and then stopped and remembered, wait a minute.
Yep, he has the Pro Ring equipped instead of the Power Bonk, so that's what I figured he was doing.
Yeah.
So, keep his fighter alive. Ooh, a Saber +3. Monster in a box. Another Blue D.
A second Blue D. I mean, experience.
Yes, indeed. So, we're gonna go get our single shard back that Pickles remembered was there. Now, did he check level 6 magic?
I don't think so. I think he checked level 6 white, but when he was here last.
White, well, it's all he can get, because he can't get level 6 black.
Yeah.
Yes, they are on local formations. For your trap boxes. So we're over here, we're going to turn in the bottle. Check. I don't know why you'd bother checking level 8. Your level 8's already full. Thankfully, it's all garbage.
I don't know. Sometimes it's for the memes.
True, I mean, I do like Xfer. I think it's an actual great spell. It comes in handy. So Pickles, meanwhile, is about to find his cube, so...
He's out of options except for ordeals, so this is the play you make over ordeals in these flags.
No. He
can go to Volcano, you're right.
He can go to Volcano or Ice Cave, too. He has options. But the key thing at this point is Luffy taking the early play to go to Mirage and Sky is now kind of... void. Yeah. Because Pickles is right behind him.
It's one of those things, I wonder why Pickles would go to Sky versus, like, trying to get everything out of Volcano first. Just because I think there's more... yeah, but he doesn't have Cube to know that he can get up there yet.
No, but he has it now.
I mean, he does have it now. Obviously, like, it paid off. It's a weird play to me when you don't have Cube.
I believe it was a proximity play, because he was in Gaia to talk to the fairy, so he figured, I'm here, I might as well hit this up.
That's fair.
Another Blue D. But I mean, these Blue Ds are great for experience. Now,
yeah.
Pickles having more shards than Luffy is going to get a lot more experience. Meanwhile, I see that his knight and his ninja have both hit 16, so that means first charges are unlocked.
A
So we're gonna, and that ruse stick that he picked up will come in handy.
very true. I mean, they also have the defense sword, so it's like
Both.
less handy than.
Well, both are good because you can give one to your ninja. He only needs to use it about 2 times, and he's full. 3 on the fighter, and you're good to go.
Luffy also taking a bit of a walking grind here, just because you can. You got a lot of good stuff here. Those eyes, he's been running into a bunch of them, and they are, what is it, the best experience, or is it the best trap tile experience?
They're a safe trap tile. Safe in the sense that they don't usually roll a script. Agamas are a safe one because you can just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But for solo grind, Eyes Agama's definitely really good. For a party grind, and not so great.
Yeah.
You prefer to find a bunch of metal slimes, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, we're in a rough position for Luffy here, because here's the 2 outcomes. Number 1, you find Warmech in here, at which point you get both of your Warmech fights out, you're good, and you just need the shards. Unfortunately, Pickles and Beer is also here and has more shards, so that puts Pickles at a significant lead. Alternatively, it's not in here, which means, oh hey, neither of them have found the Massa yet, but Pickles is sitting on that canoe and able to actually obviously be in the air, get the floater, and grab it from either ice, fire, or ordeals with a fairly easy time.
Could also be in Cardia. No one's checked the Cardias yet.
It could be in Cardia.
Which would be
either way, it still plays into the Luffy in a bad position. Hello.
Goodbye, Ninja. We hardly knew you. That was a big smack from that blue D, but doesn't matter. You got life too. Bring him right back up. He's back on his feet, and away we go. But every one of those X boxes that Pickles checks is just putting more distance between him and Luffy.
Yeah,
because he has full cleared and killed Kraken, so that's 4 shards guaranteed from the Kraken. Our tracker said he needed about 8. I think that was a little bit ago. I think he's probably.
Actually, that was after the Kraken fight, so I think he needs still a few here.
Oh, he still needs them, but I think he's getting very well.
Yeah,
our runners are very quick, so it's hard to see.
He looks like he needs about 6 or 7 still. Yeah, 3 from 1 row above, so he still needs 7. So he does need to be taking those fights where he can.
Absolutely.
He also needs to find that Warmech.
Well, the Wandering Warmech will be easy to find. He's always in the same place, wandering.
Oh, yeah.
But finding the Masa chest, that's. Let's see, it would be very interesting if this came down to it actually being somewhere in Topher and Luffy. Oh, Chimera, you're not as safe at all. Oh, wow, no.
Death Touch and Squint, it's a great
and
time.
Poison.
Run, 2 white mages, run!
Oh, Luffy, what have you done to RNG? That is monstrous. And once again, Pickles just walking through, hasn't seen this.
Should we write a complaint letter to somebody?
No.
RNGesus, please.
We sit here and we see how a Duckling Dawn in Luffy will be able to overcome anything. He will complete the seed. And here I am, still a Duckling. I'm looking forward to the Duck Derby. I think it's going to be a fun time. The Duck Derby is an amazing time.
You need to throw an X-Cal from the sky window to appease RNG.
Our tracker has determined that, no, it's time to throw the X-Cal away. We don't need her anymore. And rub from something. Either it was those Medusas or those man-cats or cat-mans. I can't remember which is which.
I mean, we'll call them by their Canadian name, bears.
Well, we've checked the 6-pack. We're going to check CC's Gambit. See what's in there.
So what's the name behind CC's Gambit?
So, Crab Cakes is a legendary runner around here. By the way, good white shirt, gotta find that. There was a race that she had done a while ago where she checked this set of 4 chests and found, I think it was a ribbon or something very, very good, and no one else did. So, ever since and it was a Gambit because no one was checking it, but ever since it's been called CC's Gambit.
You know what? I'm down for it. Always take CC's Gambit.
I have on occasion called.
There it is. They're both up here. Oh, that means Pickles is running right to Toph after this.
That means Pickles is going to be in lightning mode at this point. So it's time to start making some changes. Put your ribbon on. Get your best weaponry out, because here we go. I gotta drop a weapon first.
Yeah.
So that's a Masa +4.
Yeah, that's a spicy sword.
Here we go. So we're gonna fight. We're gonna ruse. We're gonna white shirt. But she's happy picked up that white shirt now. And we're gonna
all right, hear me out.
harm.
Pickles wipes on one of the Warmechs.
Possible.
That
We
is
don't know
how
what it has
Luffy
yet.
enters this race.
True. So a swing 4 hits for 52. White shirt comes out.
Lovely to see that Gear 4 on the Warmech, because that means it's not on Chaos for the end time.
You don't want to see that. That's good. It's good here. Swing, miss, because he went for the dodgy ninja. Fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna power. No, we're gonna power. We're gonna white shirt and wait.
Yep. You want to get the maximum dodge out of this, because we don't know how hard he punches, but when we find out, we don't want it to be high.
It's got Blizzard. That's
That
pain,
tickled a
but
little
not
bit.
bad. Chip damage for most of them. Swing. That's not bad. White shirt comes out.
So I'm told Warmech is a
Oh!
Oh, that's a nuke.
That's a wipe.
Yep, that's...
Oh dear.
Oh, that is horrible.
Luffy taking a moment to
Oh.
reconstitute himself.
Well, you remember what I said about wiping on a Warmech?
Just gonna have to redive it. Yeah, you did, but unfortunately, you said it was gonna be Pickles.
I was
Not
really
poor
hoping for it
Luffy,
to be Pickles.
Well, Luffy is now.
Luffy has experienced every terrible thing I've even mildly mentioned. Like,
He has.
it's been a bad time.
Meanwhile, Pickles, realizing that any chest he opens at this point could potentially be that nasty Warmech. He's picking up that white shirt, which is very valuable,
Yeah, I
and
think
he now knows.
he opened inside.
Oh, he
No,
knows
he didn't
now.
open inside.
He knows
Now
now.
he knows, and knowing is half the battle. The other half is surviving a nuclear.
And that was just straight nuke. So that and that nuke rolled high on Luffy like
It
that.
rolled very high on poor Luffy.
Pickles, meanwhile, is he walking it out? He's walking it out.
I'm thinking he's gonna go try to take the desert grind so that he's got the levels to make sure that he can survive things, and then takes both Warmechs on the way out.
Well, he's also picked up a lot of shards. He doesn't want to lose that, so he's going to have to walk it out, save it, because he knows both Warmechs are here. So this is probably going to end up being a triple dive. Wants to clear. He only needs one shard. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the reason he's walking out. He knows he's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
he's leaving. He's going to leave. He's going to pop a house or a tent or a cabin, come back in, kill both of the Warmechs, kill a Tia, and off to Topher he goes.
All right, everyone on Team Luffy, begin your incantation of curse now.
I mean, Luffy has seen a lot of bad stuff in this seed. RNG is just not really.
He has been through hell today. We should give him like a sandwich or like an ice cream sandwich. The man deserves something.
No, he's not going to go to the desert and fight those. He's just not going to do that right now. But I'm Tish. I will not be in my trailer. I will be back outside. Yeah, so it's
Throw him in the snowdrifts. It was too bad.
so Pickles. Yeah, he's just gonna walk out. He'll take a safety save because he can't. At this point, he needs one shard. Luffy will have to go and re-clear everything. And again, our runners are probably thinking, "Where is exit?"
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we've checked every single magic shop except for one.
Yep.
Which means exit rolled level 8, and it's in Lefane.
Womp womp.
Which you're not going to be able to learn because your eight charges are all filled by elemental magic.
Luffy can skip everything but Xboxes. The problem is that I think at this point Pickles just has way too many shards. And
He's got
and the
yeah.
floater, and like it's a rough time.
He's also got levels on Luffy.
Yeah, and that's going to lead to survivability.
Yeah, because he went through and did basically all of C.
Yeah.
And took some fights there. But
Topher gonna Topher.
Topher gonna Topher.
Well, I mean, we know that Tier 4 is not in Topher. One of the nukes is not in Topher.
True. We know that.
What was it? Blizzard's not in Topher?
Yep, that's off as well, because the Warmech had that too. We don't know what else the Warmech had. I mean, Crack, Quad X, Rub, Slow 2.
We don't even know how big his fists were.
And Slow 2 is dangerous, because remember, Slow 2, not Time Elemental. Slow 2 is non-elemental, so it can land, even through a ribbon.
Ooh, hiccups.
It would be nice to see something like Swirl or Inferno, one of the other massive damage abilities. All right, so Pickles, meanwhile, is pulling up. He's gonna heal up.
I was gonna say, he only has one more spell on script, right? Because we've seen 3, and he's got the 4 nuclears as his normal loadout, right?
It's 4 abilities, 8 spells is maximum.
Oh.
So, nuclear is an ability, not a spell. So here we go. We're pulling up again. So we're gonna ruse. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fade because he has fade. He's gonna fade again. 5 hits for 126. There's cure 4. So it's the same thing that's gonna happen. So we know what's coming.
Yeah.
So this is about speed right now. He has to go. He doesn't know, but he needs that speed. Rusing up again. Now Warmech will swing, and we know it. There's Blizzard, so that's good to see out early.
All right, high roll nuke. High roll nuke.
Well, those are fades. Those are dollar store nukes. There's crack, so we know where that is. That won't kill anybody. And there he goes, the first Warmech down, Pickles and Beer, and 35k experience, 24 across the board, and a Masa +4.
All right, I'm committing to my complaint letter that Puckles got way too lucky in this seed.
His RNG is definitely on his side, but now... No, he's not walking it out. He's going to go... Okay, so he's going for the double Warmech. Back to back.
I mean, what did the other one do? Nothing to him.
Yeah, but it could surprise you. You don't know.
It could whip out that nuke.
It absolutely... Or crack could land. It can still land through ribbons.
Rip it out, slap it on the table.
It could be ugly. Meanwhile, 15 for Luffy's side in the party as he regains his climb.
Mm-hmm.
So, now the fun thing is, where is the Warmech? He's wandering somewhere. So, we gotta find him.
Guys, wait. He's not a random bridge encounter? I thought he was a random bridge encounter.
Nope, he's patrolling in these seeds, which means he's not on the Bridge of Destiny, he's walking around in the maze somewhere.
Oh. Huh.
That's why Pickles is avoiding the exit and taking a little stroll.
This could be a 2x2.
Yep, this could be a bit of a long walk, depending on where it is. Because in the vanilla game, and even right now in these seeds, it's just 2 directions, then 2 directions, and you'll find your exit.
Yeah.
I'm still a big fan of up, left.
And I mean, I'm very left, up, but that's because I play Link's Awakening, and the default egg pattern is left, up, right, up, left, up.
It is indeed. I remember that game very well. So, Pickle's still searching. Left, up is correct according to Caleb. This is going to start this is one of the FFR things. Don't ask people their opinions on black belts, how you want to go through the maze, or your opinion on the Vorpal. Or if you like white mages. Meanwhile, Pickle still hasn't found the Warmech.
Interesting. He's probably in like one of the side hallways, just very barely there. He's now got to pace the whole thing here. Oh,
there he is. Oh, he found Edward. Not interested.
You sure? That looks like Alucard to me.
So, there's Warmech's threat, and we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna harm 3, and we're gonna harm 3. So, Pickle's using total speed and power. Ooh, that Masa missed. You don't like to see that.
That's a very evasive Warmech.
Ooh, that fighter just got smacked for 300 damage.
Now get nuked for another 300.
Well, it depends.
Come on.
No, but Blizzard comes out, but that won't bother you because you got the ribbon on him.
Is there more than one Blizzard in the rotation?
It shouldn't be. There could be, but I doubt it. We'll take a look later. He's gonna cure. He's gonna cure. There, now that's a bit of a pain. Cure 4 coming out later in the rotation is not what you want to see because that Warmech's back to full again.
Yep.
Alright, so we know Nuke is in here somewhere. Or Nuclear. Or Nuke, I can't remember which one it is. Either way, they're both bad. There's the Nuke.
Normal Nuke. There it is.
And so he's down 2, but that's not that bad. He's got the White Mage can cast.
Yep.
Ooh, but
that
the
was
fighters,
a big punch.
Ooh, that fighter's getting low.
Come on.
Cure 3 comes out, Warmech smacking the fighter again. That's it.
by the skin of his teeth.
Both down. He's got them both. He just needs to kill off Tia, and he is in go mode. But that's that clinching moment right there where you're thinking, man, I can't afford to go down like this because he would lose both Warmech fights.
Your cheeks are tight. You're gonna need a little bit of help later tonight.
Well, it's a risk. So we're on the Bridge of Destiny, but there's nothing here. Both the Warmechs are gone. Luffy, meanwhile, still climbing his way back up.
Yeah, he's at the Warmech chest. He's gonna take it again. He's got more levels this time around.
Well, he has to take the risk.
Yeah, I think at this point you've bounced too many times.
Yeah, in his mind, he knows that Pickles is a really fine runner, and you have to do it. Meanwhile, Tia being pulled. Tia not long for this world, absolutely not. Blizzard coming out, not that bad. Fight, we're gonna cure 4, and we're gonna... Oof, he's low on magic charges. White shirt. Cure 4 from Chaos, cure 4. Ooh, dueling cure 4s. White shirt comes out. Swing with that. Ooh, this Warmech is evasive, and with no lock, it's a problem.
You can't pop and lock it if you don't got that lock.
That's true. And meanwhile, there is a dead Tia on Pickle's side. He is in full Shard Go mode. He will be heading off to Topher. And there's the nuke.
Oh my god, no! No! Why'd you... Stop doing this to the man! He's just a boy!
He cracked him!
Oh.
Luffy, taking a moment. Compose himself. He knows he's gonna keep pushing on, but that hurts.
He's just a boy.
But I mean, again, he had to take the risk. He knew the wipe to Lich. He knew the wipe to Warmech. He had to do it.
Yeah. Terrible luck.
He will.
I gotta set Luffy down, give him a hug later.
He's definitely had a rough run on this one. But again, Topher is always the great equalizer. However, Pickles stopping by, picking up some magic.
Yeah, it can equalize a lot. I don't think it can equalize 14 shards.
No, and you know where Cure 4 is, and you know where one of your nukes are.
Yeah.
You know where Blizzard is, so that takes a lot out of the pool. But you don't know. Stranger things have happened.
You don't know.
If you go back in the annals of FFR history, there are several seeds that had surprises at some point where you got killed pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
I can think of a few just off the top of my head.
Even in
this very tournament, when you have the infamous Chaos of Deadly Doom.
Chaos of Deadly Doom. Go on. I need to know.
That was the run. That was a 4-player run. I remember it was Shanigan, and I can't remember who he was against, but I knew it was Jay Scheidel and Woo Bear. And that Chaos was... It rolled max health, had nuclear, just all sorts of nastiness, and he was tanky. And our runners bounced off of that Chaos for a long time. And I remember Shanigan's party specifically was Thief and White Mage only. And it was... Oh, that was the Chaos of Doom on that one. That was a great equalizer, because a lot of our runners bounced off that Chaos for a long time. Now, in this situation with Pickles, I don't...
His levels are way too high after 2 Warmechs.
Well, technically speaking, the Thief White Mage party was 50.
Yeah.
So... But that being said, Pickles has a full party. And yes, as everyone points out, the Thief White Mage party did kill Chaos first in that race.
Less things to worry about. Higher level. Bigger swings.
True enough. So we're going to find Speed Bump 2. Speed Bump 2. It's just dead, because that's what it is. Dead.
Yeah.
And
26 is way too high. Very high for these settings where you're just going to roll through this.
Well, plus you got a fighter with an X-Cow and an automatic fast. Like, they're right there. 10 hits for 1410. Like... You're just going to roll over anything that you come across.
Oh, yeah. Just give him that good old barrel roll.
Well, at this point, barring Kraken being Kraken, because... Now, the thing is, I saw him stop Improvoca. I am going to guarantee he picked up Life 2 on that fighter for that night, which gives him the extra insurance he needs. He's level 29, almost 30, he's pretty safe.
Yeah.
He's barring a disastrous Kraken Tia.
Barring somehow someone changed the settings and they can do double nuke now, I think we're fine.
No, that setting is all that is the sanity setting.
Yeah.
No, it's at this point, Luffy is taking a lot more risks because he knows Pickles and Beer is, very, very good runner, like almost always finishing really high in the tournaments. I've watched some of his races. Great runner. He knows he's gonna have to just pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
Gotta go. So, the water floor. Everyone's most hated of hated floors.
As you do.
Alright, we're gonna do some quick healing. So he does have both of his white mages out of nuke damage. So that's good. Kraken starts off with Lit 2. Nobody cares. Ruse comes out. Because Kraken's gonna Kraken.
Kraken, go
Ruse
Kraken.
comes out. Oh, Kraken likes... And the Ruse stick. Fight, fight. Thor hammer.
Light him up.
Yep. 7 hits for 855. This Kraken does not have long. It's gonna do something. It better do it now. Well, it did. It critically hit the ninja, but that's not gonna do much. Ice 2 comes out. Not a big deal.
I mean, it
Chip
almost
damage.
killed the ninja.
Almost. Not gonna help him, because not gonna help it. Kraken is down. So, here we go. Punched our ticket on to Tia 2.
Dude.
Now, even if Tia 2 is dodgy, that built-in fast makes it very difficult.
I say we have a Topher going on. I just keep looking back to Luffy like, I'm sorry, man. You can do it. I believe in you.
Luffy's a great runner. There's no doubt in my mind he's a great runner. He got really bad RNG.
Yeah.
He really, really did. And you gotta it's just the FFR giveth and FFR taketh away. That is how I look at it.
I mean, I'm hoping to just keep give it to me.
Well, that is the end of Tia 2. With the ninja now at level 27 and on to the chaos floor, we are with Pickles. So, time to switch out that Masa. Absolutely.
Not necessary anymore.
Nope. The Masa is necessary, but the X-Cal is not. Switch it out. So give the
Give the fighter
ninja
a good time.
Yep.
Give the katana to the ninja. You're fine. You got 3 legendary swords to play with.
Here we go. We're gonna temper. We're gonna power. We're gonna ruse. We're gonna heat invis 2. We're gonna invis 2. That's gonna get our evade stacks up.
Yes, that fighter does have a Massa, so I suspect not long for this world is a chaos.
Nope. There comes a fire 3 spell. Chip damage. Invis 2 comes out. That's temper. We're gonna fight. We're gonna invis 2. We're gonna invis 2 again.
Yep.
That's not gonna hit that thief with that enhanced agility. Just not gonna happen. Swing with that Maza. That's 1027. That's This chaos is
spicy damage.
That chaos is not long for this world.
Man, if only he had Tier 4 looks at at a warm
Lit 2. Nope, that's just chip damage. Here comes another big swing from that Maza. We're gonna land at 8 hits, 1196, I believe. That's nasty. This chaos is pretty much done. That's it.
There we go.
Terminated.
GG at a 120 something and change.
12013 GG to Pickles, and we will. I'm thinking that's going to be a forfeit from Luffy, I would imagine. Let's take a look.
Let's see.
And we're joined in the booth by Pickles and Beer. Pickles, GG. And yes, that is a DNF forfeit from Luffy.
Yeah.
Which, man, feels bad. Pickles, how you? GG, man. That was a very entertaining race. So let's go over some things here that you didn't see, because oh boy, you didn't see a lot. And we are joined with Luffy as well. So,
Luffy,
Pickles.
you're not allowed to be here. You're still racing.
Hey, Luffy, GG, man.
I think we all know how this ends.
Yes,
Luffy,
we do know how it ends.
So, I mean, we were both about to go over with Pickles all the stuff he didn't see, because oh Luffy, all the RNG went to you. What happened? It was, oh my.
I'm excited to watch it back because I want to see just how bad it really was because it felt terrible, and that's literally
was-
not taking anything away from Pickles. He's an amazing racer, but I don't think I've ever seen consecutive nuke rolls on a party like that ever.
That,
And-
the poison undeads, the
Yep.
lich fight.
The
it's
lich
just like-
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I have
'cause-
basically said you are owed one hug from me. I don't know when you're going to be able to cash it in, but you get one for this.
because that lich fight was just because Pickles went in first, and it's like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, it's all good, And then you went in, it's like, oh, he has that. Oh,
Yep.
oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a time. It was a time.
Oh, it was just I was, and then of course the Warmack that starts with Cure Forward, and you're thinking that's not so bad, and then he's like, oh yeah, Blizzard, that's not too bad. I'm gonna just nuke your entire party down to nothing.
He lulled you into a false sense of security.
It was
And,
wild.
oh my god, again?
I couldn't believe it. Like I hadn't seen anything like that in quite a while. It felt really bad. I kept looking for about the last 40 minutes. Like, is he done yet? Like, I'm not gonna forfeit until he finishes. And I don't think we're gonna see it on stream. But I did end up taking down the Warmack and the second Warmack and finishing Sky, and then I forfeit. I had to get some revenge on that Warmack. I was so bad.
So
Glad to have this Mormac checked for some loaded dice after this.
it was so yeah. So the lich that you ran into that Pickles kind of got away from had Ink, Poison, Thunder, and Blaze.
Yep, sure did.
Did you have a ribbon?
It was on the White Mage who did not have the Thor hammer. I think that the Thor hammer was on the fighter because I was like, have them do something as the other ones are spamming harm 3, and that was sad.
And I
there
believe
were
you
no
had
more
no
harm threes.
Yeah, you were at
I was out.
charges. Yep.
I was out. I had no single target harm either. I had nothing. I was trying to punch.
Yeah, I'm just like, why isn't he reset yet? He has nothing.
Yeah, I thought maybe I was within a couple HP. Maybe I got a lucky crit in. Like, who knows? But it was just a lot of sadness. But I mean, I'm GG's, like I said, the Pickles. Like, my woes take nothing away from how he raced, I'm sure. And he's a great runner.
No, absolutely. This was a very good race. So, just in case you're wondering, Warmack came up with Cure 4, Nuke, Stun, Nuke, Fire 3, Fast, and Slow 2, as well as Blizzard, Crack, Nuclear, and Ink.
Yeah.
So he had all stuff.
He had everything.
Yeah, I saw the crack the second time when I forgot to move the ribbon. The second time, the first time I put the ribbon on the fighter and it didn't seem to matter. Second time I forgot and the ribbon would have mattered. And then the third time I got lucky to get through. And then the second one was not as bad as the fighter was like 26 at this point. And it was it was a time. I'll put it that way.
Luffy, did you one man this Warmack by chance?
Yes.
That is
nice.
That's
all right.
You know what?
I'm giving the win to Luffy for that one.
That's a GG right there because that is a Warmack down very fast, very quickly.
Revenge.
That's all I wanted. Like, once I knew he finished, I told him in the race room, like, GG's, I'm just gonna try to finish out Sky and see what happens. And I think I was down to 23 HP on the third Warmack. And I beat him, and I was like, "Oh my god, thank you!"
Yeah, you went to Sky first, grabbed that cube, and we're like, "Oh, that's good."
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
it felt real good. Yeah,
hadn't bounced off of Earth and grabbed Canoe out of sea, and we're just sitting there like, "Yep, that's probably it."
Yep, it was like, where are all the shards? It was like 40 minutes in, and there was literally, I think I had 6 shards, and I was like, "This feels so terrible."
I mean, the same is true with both of you. Even like you, Pickles, I don't think you had many shards going into sea. I think it was like a small handful, and then you were missing 8 by the time you were actually going to Sky.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, C
so
definitely. C provided a lot.
I was scared to go there without like too much good AoE, and I probably should have at the end of the day. Would have been better to take levels going through there than through Sky.
Well, Pickles, when he saw the Warmack, you walked out. You're like, no, there it is. I'm walking out. I'm saving. I will be back for this.
I have had. I've said in our pickup races that if I'm in the race, Warmack has nuke, and it played true again. So I knew that was a huge risk walking that out.
He had it twice. Hold on, he had it twice.
Yeah.
I had collected a bunch of shards and quite a few levels on the way to fighting that Warmack, and I was like, I'm taking this huge gamble to walk it back out and save it.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
It was the right choice.
it certainly. I gotta say, I mean, like I said for Luffy, it just felt bad just watching the bad RNG happen again and again. It's like he's got to catch a break,
Nah.
or not, or maybe not. You know, maybe the sea just says no.
You know, like sometimes this is just what happens. Like, you know,
Oh,
set
no,
RNG is a really fun flag. I enjoy it. I didn't suggest putting it on here. Maybe I should have, but at the end of the day,
Chat did bring that up. That said,
I might
RNG may have helped.
I might have vetoed that one. I'm not a huge. I don't know.
I think we talked about that before, and you said you weren't a big fan of it, which is why I didn't bring it up. Yeah.
Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not. I don't know.
Mm.
If it's baked into the flags that I have to play, then it's fine.
Sure. Yeah.
This was one of those instances where it would have been a very interesting choice for both of you, because I mean, Warmack did tend to start off. He started off with the Cure 4 once or twice, and then he changed it all up.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was a tricky seed. But this has been a fun tournament. I'm happy to race back as far as I did. Thank you to Pickles for a great race. You know, he's a partner of mine in our fall league team. You know, I've spent a lot of time with him over the last couple of years, and he's a great guy. So good luck to him moving forward with whomever he has next. And thank you guys for everything. This was fun.
This was a very entertaining race. When we saw the double Warmack, it's like, oh boy, this will be something.
Yeah, I was starting to sweat that out, like getting close to the shards, and had like all my other go mode items in the canoe, and I'm like, oh, where the heck is this cube at? And in the Warmech box, I'm like, I just left Gaia. I was about to go to Cardia. I was like, you know what? Mirage is so chest dense. So I was like, I'm over here. I'm just gonna go pop in and see what's there. And got the cube, and then the Massamech box up top. I was like, well, that worked out nice.
It actually was. When we saw Luffy find that, it's like, okay, maybe Luffy can make up some time, and then you just steamrolled through C, and it's like, no, he's right there. he's right there.
Yeah, the trapped sea shards were like almost all waters, and I kept getting like one.
Yep, you got and I my hatred of the waters is on record. I don't like them. I've never liked them. So, Pickles, your opponent has not been decided yet. We're still a one race behind on that. So, Herbie B will take on Fizzle himself. The winner of that will take on Edgeworth, and the winner of that will take on you.
Oh, fun! It'll be
that
for
will
sure
be
for sure a tough race.
That sounds like a lovely time.
But we must congratulate you for making the Elite 8 of the lower half.
Thanks. Elite 8 of both. And I was like feeling bad, like my mid game, like the late early to into mid, I don't know, I was just routing terribly, and I just didn't feel good.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you didn't, again, both of you, great runners, loved watching it, but you're probably both thinking in the back of your minds, my opponent's really good, I can't afford to have this happen.
Yeah. I was waiting for I was watching the race room, waiting for it. And then when I found the cube and then the massive chest, the cube and Mirage, that's always kind of lame, especially when you have other places that you can go. And
yep.
I felt better about that. I was like, maybe he didn't go here.
he went there, and just unfortunately, it didn't work out the best.
Chose poorly. What can I say?
I wouldn't say chose poorly. Just RNG decided today was not your day.
Yeah. Just throw an Excal out the window, according to Odron. That'll help.
I should.
Did I miss exit, or was that at probably Lefane then?
Lefane.
Yeah.
It rolled level 8 on Lefane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
like,
a time.
really?
I didn't even get in the air.
I mean, what is the air but the prelude to falling?
Yeah, Warp was level 1, so that was the only thing you'd have access to, but you could only get it after you had your ninja.
Yeah,
So-
by the time you were at that point, it was like, we're not going back.
Well,
Yeah,
4
I didn't
charges.
even get charges until I was in Sky, so it was kind of pointless at that point.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And Luffy didn't have the mobility to grab it.
Nope.
Sad faces all around.
Yeah.
That said, I think we should probably be getting into final thoughts. We've been here for a hot minute. What do you say as our winner, Pickles? Anything else to say?
GG again, Luffy. Always fun to race you. And yeah, thanks to all of you for putting this on. We got Odrodo. Can't remember what your name is. And Maddie.
Oslo to Ron.
Speedruns.
Oslo to Ron has been the typical
Okay.
way that we've been addressed.
Yeah. And then Luffy, you get a free hug ticket. Anything else you'd like?
Again, like Pickles said, thank you to you guys for putting this on. Speed Game for hosting. GG's to Pickles. My friend. This was fun. Thanks for humoring me, and I'm happy that you get to move on, and we can keep talking smack to each other. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, everybody, and I'll catch that hug at some point, I'm sure.
You're welcome. All right, I got a hungry cat. So Oslo, you want to take us out?
Sure will. So, I have to say GG's to both of our runners, and thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting us. Thank you to both my co-coms Maddie and Odoron, my maybe Smurf, maybe not account tracker. I would like to say though, we still have more tournament to come. Tomorrow, Tuesday, there are 2 races to be done. The first one, 9 p.m. Eastern, Fried Teeth versus Rubes. This is an upper semi-final match, and they have decided already at a pre-seed draft. Horizontal flip floors, a proc gem waterfall, shuffled Astos, and everyone's favorite confused old man. Meanwhile,
I like that one.
Meanwhile, at 10 o'clock, at the other restreaming race that night is at 10 p.m. Eastern. That is Spellzap and Solario Rex. They have agreed to a 4-force with none. That is all we have currently. I will say, if you enjoyed what you saw, if you'll want to get involved, head on over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There you will find the randomizer. As well, you will find the wiki with some of our great information. Some of our past tournaments are listed there. You can watch some great VODs, and the link to the Discord. You can sign up now because hey, what's coming up at the end of March? It's the Duckling Bootcamp. We have one of the Dons with us in Luffy. They will get you into running shape. They will teach you the basics. They will give you the strategies. Once the bootcamp is done, get ready. It's coming. The Duckling Derby. That's right. For all you new players, you get your own specialized tournament. All the new players get to run in a delightful tournament. They get to see who gets the title of Duckling Supreme for 2024. So,
New players, that's me.
that's right. As a reaching graduate of the program myself, I can tell you, it is worth your time. The skills you learn will make you into a great runner. So, on behalf of our runners, on behalf of our crew, I am Oslodo, and I will see you in the next round.